All right, before I take you to the house, I am leaving the paint store. I just picked up a color for the front door. We're gonna use this simple plum to spice it up a little bit and add some curb appeal. All right, I'm now at the house, and this is the front door that we are getting ready to paint that delicious plum color. This is a house that we just finished in West Asheville, and I'm going to show you how we stage it to sell on a very tight budget. So first, appearances are really important. So I made this front porch really cozy by setting up a little seating area, and I just chose a color scheme of purple, grays, and whites with a little bit of natural wood browns. And I took this little galvanized bucket and I just did a patina finish on it. It's a real simple process, and I can do a tutorial one day on that. At the antique barn, I also found this really cool old lantern just to kind of give it a little bit of front door appeal. It's time to go inside. Let me turn on some lights. Okay, this is a little bit better. Some lights on. Okay, I just kept it very simple, went with a kind of a neutral palette of keeping with a little bit more of the gray and white tones, with a little bit of splash of purple here and there, like the purple flower. I found these couches just at a thrift store. This one was $35, and that one I bought for another house, I think for $50 a couple of years ago, and just reused it for this house. Same thing with the chair, just thrift store, 20 bucks, throw a nice $14, $15 cozy blanket on top. There's another one of those galvanized pots, and this one's larger, and I made that with the patina finish and just put some twigs from the yard. The table setting is really what I love to focus on. I purchased this table for our last project. I got it at a consignment store, and I paid almost $500 for the whole set, but it's a very sturdy glass table, very sturdy, very heavy, and I can use it for every project that we do, so it was worth the investment to me. And then you can just change up the place settings. I just added I took one of these flowers and I just cut it and added it to the napkin, and just bought this glassware at a thrift store for about $1 a piece, and as well as the chargers for the plates. I got those in a package of 4 for $10, I believe. Now the kitchen, I just wanted to keep it nice and open and clean and not put a whole lot of clutter on the countertop. I found this little coffee set at a thrift store. I got the pitcher for $2, the creamer for $1, and the little cups for $1 each. And they look really nice on this granite. Okay, now this wall unit was a little bit of work, but it was still very economical. I took piping that you get in the hardware section of the hardware store, and I made the brackets. And then I just took 2x10 pine and painted it, and distressed it a little bit by sanding it down, and installed that, and it makes a wonderful upper cabinet shelving unit. Added a little sign and a few accessories from Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods. Now this island looks fairly expensive, being stainless steel, but I actually ordered it and put it together myself. It was $299. It did take about 4 hours to assemble, but I think it gives a nice look to the kitchen. Bring a little breakfast table. I just wanted to do a little two-seater, so I took a piece of fabric and threw it over, along with a little journal, a couple of dollar glasses from Goodwill, and dollar plates from a thrift store, and chargers that are left over from another project. This is a little broom closet, pantry, and I just made these little shelves with some 8-inch MDF, and put some cute little things from TJ Maxx in. I'm sorry for what I said when I was hungry. I love that. Some coffee and things to make it look like it's a pantry. Going into the master bedroom, I painted this one accent wall a deep rich plum so that the bed would just pop off the wall, and I think it does nicely. And I left the other walls very neutral to keep the room bright. And I added a thrift store chair and a thrift store ottoman and a thrift store pocketbook and blanket. Those pillows I made, I'll show you how I did that in just a second. First, I wanted to bring your attention to this bed. It looks like a real bed, but it is not real. All I did was take cardboard boxes and stack them up. There's 2 layers of cardboard boxes. And then I put a blow-up mattress on top. And the bedding on top of that. And it just gives it the appearance for a very, very minimal cost. Now for the master bedroom, I just kept it very simple. And instead of purchasing an expensive mirror from a home improvement store, I just got this at Marshall's. And it was $25. Just add a simple basket and a toilet plunger and a rug and a rack for towels. Here's another bedroom. I'll do a tutorial another day on how to make these pillows, but they're so simple. I just get a pillow for $1 at a thrift store and just slip cover it. Very simply, you just measure the width of the pillow, the square pillow, and you cut 2 pieces, one the size of the pillow, one the size of the pillow plus 6 inches, so that you can overlap and make it a slip cover. Altogether, it makes a really nice pop of color. I just did a very simple little wall hanging there. Wrought iron is wonderful for staging. Now for the half bath, I did spend some time making the shelf unit because I felt like it was important for this space. It was about $80 to buy that, and it took me about 2 hours to put together. But I think it added a really nice element to this otherwise plain white wall. So I'm happy with how it turned out. And here is the final bedroom. Again, you just pick out a color scheme for each room and you find pieces that match that color scheme. I found these 2 nice wall pieces that were not expensive at Marshall's. And again, I picked out some fabric pieces. You can make 2 pillows with less than a yard of fabric. And again, buying the $1 pillows and slip covering them is the most inexpensive way to go. And just cover with some blankets and a throw rug. Little accessories in the corner. You have a large blank wall, you just throw up a mirror and a little wire piece of artwork. This I found at a thrift store for very cheap, and I've used it for several projects. And this little foyer area has a nook, and I wanted it to be very cozy with a little mail and coat rack there. I spent about $15 at Marshall's, I believe, for that. And then I just had this little bench at home that I've had for years, and I just threw another coat of paint on it. I put this piece of artwork in the kitchen because I felt like it went really nicely with the color scheme, but I had bought it as an anchor and inspiration piece for my last project and used it again here. It was a large piece, but I only paid $25 for it at Marshall's. Okay, so this is the whole house. All together, total, for decorating this house, I spent $800. I hope this gives you some ideas and inspiration for how to make your house a little bit more easy for people to visualize the space and feel like they can just move right in and make it home.